Okay, people, we are about to learn to pan sear New York strip from Trenton, Texas. Grain-fed beef that really close personal friend of ours drove 17 hours to bring to us. So right now what we're doing is we're transferring it over to another pan. Now when you have fresh beef like this, you have to be careful about the amount of blood that shows up when it thaws. We started thawing this earlier this morning. We wanted to make sure we got the beef to room temperature because we're going to pan sear it. And we want to make sure that the center is not, it gets a little warm. So now we got everything in our little pan there. We'll clean this up later. And what I'm going to do is, you'll notice I keep a little blue gloves on all the time. Just makes it easy to pull them right off and start to move our materials. Now what you see here is we have some vegetable oil that we're going to put in our pan. We have our pan here. We're going to get a little vegetable oil in our pan. Just enough to cover the bottom. Alright, and while this pan gets nice and hot, we're going to put this, we're using a gas stove. We're going to put this on about 7.5, because we want it to get nice and hot. And while that's going, you have time to take a sip.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now I'm going to get some more gloves because we're about to start seasoning our meat. Love this camera guy I got here. Pretty good fella there. So now what we're going to do is we've ensured that our meat does not have any kind of pieces of paper left on it or anything like that. And always, always, always bring your Tony Chachere's. Gotta have that. Kosher salt. Gotta have that. A little cracked black pepper. Gotta have that. Minced garlic. Gotta have that. So, while this pan is getting nice and heated, we're going to start getting everything seasoned up really well. Now, if you notice, I got on one blue glove. That's the right way I can turn the meat. So you want to liberally put on your kosher salt there, because these are pretty thick. Our friend there, he was very generous.
2 inches thick.
He was very generous with the size of steaks he brought. So we're going to have to coat these things liberally. Alright. Tap the end there. Then we keep plastic forks and spoons all over the place. I'm going to put a little garlic here. Slide that over. Slide that over. Get a good little thing of garlic on there. There we go. And we'll just keep that fork in there. And our favorite, Tony Chachere's, Zachary's, whatever. So we want to coat it with our Tony Chachere's. Just good and coated, nice thick coat. Like it's a Chicago winter. Gotta have a big coat on. There we go. Now, keeping our blue glove there, we're able to turn it over. Kind of makes things a little easy there. We don't want to cross-contaminate like you see on so many other cooking shows. They tend to want to cross-contaminate things. So we're gonna get our Tony Chachere's on here. Probably putting it in a different order than I did last time, but it'll be okay. You know what? I can take this glove off now because I've already flipped it. There we go. Now we can start really getting the work on it. A lot of times you see these other people doing these shows where they put like 7 pounds of salt on these things. It drives us crazy. I'm just gonna salt and pepper this up real good. On the Chachere's. These things look delicious. Alright. And actually, since we've already done that, we don't want to cross-contaminate. That's why we keep plastic forks around. Well, this time it's going to be a plastic knife. Whatever's available in the kitchen. Just slide it on there. There we go. Slide it on there. Slide it on there. Slide it on there. Good to go. Alright. So now, I'm starting to put these things up because they're kind of like all in the way. We try to do a good job about making sure we clean up as we go. Because we hate, oh, not we, but my wife hates a big mess. Alright. So, this pan is getting very hot. I'm thinking it's getting close to ready there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got a little heat there. We're going to run it on up to 8.5. You can hear that joker hissing. And here's what we're going to do now. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to take our meat. We're going to lay it down in our pan. And we want to hear that nice sizzle when it happens. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get myself set up pretty good here. I'm going to move this over to this side so we can put things in the pan kind of straight from the corner there. Alright. And we got a set of tongs ready to go. And here we go, folks. Pan searing some massive steaks here. That's the sound we want to hear. Now, we don't want to mess with it anymore. We're going to leave it. We went in there at 741, you see right there? We're going to leave it in there for about 4 minutes. Alright, if you check your time, it's 7:45. We've had it in for 4 minutes. So what we're going to do here, didn't touch it. If you look, we didn't mess with it at all. So now we're going to take her, just roll her right over. Look at that good sear there. Got a nice good sear. We're going to get her set in the pan so we can watch. If you look right here, you'll see where it starts to brown from where it's cooking. And you can see in the middle, we still got that nice pink center. So now we're at 7:45. We're going to cook this side for 4 minutes. Okay. If you notice, our clock has changed because we're preheating our oven at 350 degrees to finish off the steak. But right now we've done another 4 minutes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our steak, turn it up on its side, on that little nice fatty juicy side, and we're going to just cook that fat a little bit. Cook that up a little bit, and while that's doing that, if you look over here, I'm going to get a pat of butter there. Put a pat of butter right in there. Get that nice taste. Everybody likes a little butter. So we're going to let that go for about a minute. And I'm just going to hold it here. So we ensure. Now when our friend brings in our steaks like this, I bet you we might be able to just leave it there. Because he brings in such ridiculously large steaks. So we're going to let that go for a minute with our little pat of butter there. Got a little spoon. Get some of these juices up. Put on the top there. Might need a little more butter, so we got a couple pats down here just to make sure everything's good. We'll put that up top there, get a little butter flavor on there. You down south, everything's good with butter. Any northerners watching this, you know, y'all will learn. Okay, we've done that for 1 minute. We're gonna layer back down and turn it on the other side. And look at that nice char we got there. Bring that edge down a little bit so we get that nice cook on there. Nice, nice, nice cook there. And when you're using this kind of pan, you gotta be careful. These pans with these ends, they get a little hot. So you'll see me kind of grab it and let it go a little bit there. We're gonna seal in these flavors for about 30 more seconds. And then we're gonna get the other one started once we get this one in the oven. Right, I'm going to let that sit for the last little bit. I'm going to grab myself a glove here. And as you see, I got another flat pan here. Alright, that should be done. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to pick it right up out of the pan. We're going to lay it on our aluminum foil. While we're sitting here, we're going to go ahead and let our 4 minutes start again with our next piece. And you hear that nice sizzle. That's what we want to hear every time we start. Want to hear that nice sizzle. We've gotten that done. 7:52 is our start time. And here, we're just going to roll this steak up in this aluminum foil, like so. Let's save those juices in there. Now I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to fold this up. I can feel that heat coming through the aluminum foil already. Now, I'm going to take our pan. We're just going to sit that right on the pan, just like so. Pop our oven open. As you see, it's at 350. We're going to lay this in here to let that finish. And we'll be back in 4 minutes. You ready? All right, here we go. And we're going to go ahead and turn this one, just like our last one. Got that nice char on there. This time, we're going to add a little butter to this one a little early. We're going to let that butter melt right over the top. Each steak we're going to do it a little differently. Trying out all these newfangled ways of cooking. So, and we will be back in 4 minutes. And as we have made it to our 4 minutes, notice our butter has melted. Isn't that amazing? Now we're going to go ahead and put it on its end. We're going to heat that joker up for a minute on its end. Woo, that's kind of hot. So we're going to get a little oven mitt here. My wife's smart like that. She keeps oven mitts real close by. So we want to get that heat on there. Sear up that nice fat edge. Do that for about a minute. And as I said before, you know, our partner here, he brought us such good stuff. Such thick stuff. We just set it on his end for a minute. Now, our next 2 steaks, we probably won't videotape the 1 minute ends because you've seen it done twice now. And so there's no need to kind of keep doing the same thing over and over. But as you see, we are cooking for multiple people, and it is possible to pan sear steaks for multiple people. So we got about 30 more seconds. And about 15 more seconds. Now earlier we cooked potatoes, and at the end of the day, at the end of this, you'll see our entire steak and potatoes plate when we finish. So about 10 more seconds. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and turn it over. And you see we got that nice sear there. And we gotta catch that in there. Let it get nice and cooked there. And the next time you see us, we will be working the other steak.